boys and girls. How are you all? I hope you all are doing good. Are you excited for another story? I know I am. So let's get started. Today I'm going to tell you the story of Prophet Musa alayhi salam, how he became a prophet and what happened after that. Prophet Musa alayhi salam had left Egypt because he accidentally killed a man. He reached a small village where he married the daughter of a wise man and promised to live there for about 8 to 10 years. After that time was over, Musa alayhi salam decided to go back to Egypt to his mother and brother Harun. Harun alayhi salam was born in the year when Pharaoh was not killing boys, so he survived. Musa alayhi salam took his wife and children and set out to go to Egypt. As they were passing the sacred valley of Tuwa, it got really cold. Musa alayhi salam saw some fire far away. He told his family to stay there and he went towards the fire to get some help. As he approached the light, he heard a voice from behind a tree. It was Allah. Allah talked directly to Musa alayhi salam. Allah asked Musa alayhi salam what he was holding in his hand. Musa alayhi salam told Allah that it was his asa, stick, that he used for many things. Allah told Musa alayhi salam to throw it on the ground. Musa alayhi salam did as he was told and saw that the stick turned into a big snake. Musa alayhi salam started running away. Allah stopped him and asked him to pick it up. Musa alayhi salam did as he was told and he picked up the snake and it turned back into the stick again. Next, Allah told Musa alayhi salam to put his hand under his arm and take it out. As Musa alayhi salam did that, his hand came out shining without any pain. Allah told Musa alayhi salam that he had chosen him to be his messenger and prophet. Allah told Musa alayhi salam to go to Pharaoh and show him these miracles and ask him to start believing in one God, Allah. Musa alayhi salam prayed to Allah to appoint his brother Harun with him to help him talk in front of Pharaoh. Allah accepted his prayer and made Harun alayhi salam a prophet as well and asked both of them to go to Pharaoh with his message. Pharaoh during all these years had become more and more cruel and arrogant. He told his people that he was their God and that they should worship him. Finally, Musa and Harun alayhi salam reached his court. There, Musa alayhi salam told Pharaoh the message of Allah. He also showed him the miracles that Allah had sent him with. Pharaoh, after seeing all this, started laughing and made fun of Musa alayhi salam and called him a magician. Then Pharaoh called all the magicians from all over the country to have a contest to see who was the strongest. Finally, the day of contest arrived and everyone gathered to watch. The magicians asked Musa alayhi salam who should go first. Musa alayhi salam asked them to go first. The magicians did magic on everyone's eyes and people started seeing a lot of snakes crawling all over. Then Musa alayhi salam throwed his asa and it turned into a big snake that gulped all the small snakes. Everyone saw this with their own eyes. The magicians, on seeing this, bent down to Allah because they understood that what they did was magic, but what Musa alayhi salam did was real. They asked Allah for forgiveness. When Pharaoh saw all this, he got really angry. He threatened the magicians that he would punish them strictly. The magician said that we have to die someday, but we cannot die as disbelievers. After that day, Allah put so many problems on Egypt. There were rats that ran all over in their houses, food, beds, everywhere. Then there were lice all over people and animals. Then there was a severe drought and no water and food. There were different illnesses like the one in which there was blood coming out of their nose all the time. As each of these problems came, Pharaoh and his people would go to Musa alayhi salam and ask him to pray to his God to remove the problem, and if the problem would go away, they would start to believe in Allah. But as Allah removed each problem, they would move back to their old ways Of course, finally, many years passed and it was enough. Allah told Musa alayhi salam to take Bani Israel with him at night towards the sea. Allah also told Musa alayhi salam that they would be followed. So Musa alayhi salam did as he was told. As they reached by the sea, they heard the sounds of horses approaching. Pharaoh and all his men were following them. People of Bani Israel got really worried and asked Musa alayhi salam what would happen now. Musa alayhi salam told them calmly that Allah will not leave them alone in this situation. Allah told Musa alayhi salam to put his asa on water, and as he did that, the water parted to two sides like two huge mountains of water, and a path was formed in between for people to cross. The people of Bani Israel crossed the sea with Musa alayhi salam. The army of Pharaoh was also started to follow them through the path in the sea. As they reached the middle of the sea, Allah ordered the sea to go back to its original position, and so the two mountains of water collided on Pharaoh and his people, drowning them. When Pharaoh saw water coming on him, he said, "I believe in Musa's God." But it was too late now. Quran tells us that Allah saved Pharaoh's body to be a lesson for the people to come. And you know what? Pharaoh's body was found in later years and is placed in a museum in Egypt. On the day of judgment, Pharaoh will lead all his people to hell, where they will be punished forever for not believing in Allah. After Allah gave them so many chances, showed them so many miracles, his arrogance took him and his people towards destruction. So that was the story of Prophet Musa alayhi salam. I hope you all enjoyed it. Take care of yourselves, guys. Take care of your family. Stay home and stay safe. I'll see you in the next one. Fi amanillah.